Hello everyone, Charles Walhingford back again with another spirits review, and today we are back with John J. Bowman and Isaac Bowman. That's A. Smith Bowman is the company, the distillery, and I have had these before, so this is not a cold review. This is a lukewarm review. I had this when I made my trip to A. Smith Bowman Distilleries in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I was able to sample these. I was very impressed with them, but this is the first time I'm really going to be able to have a couple sips, a little bit more than I probably would have, or I know I had at the distillery, only because I had quite a few different spirits there trying them out, and I wanted to be able to drive home. I don't need to drive anywhere, so I'll have a couple more sips, but probably not enough to do anything serious to me, especially doing these videos and all that. I have quite a resistance. Anyway, I want to crack these open for the first time. Like I said, this is like a lukewarm review. This is not a cold review. I've had this once, both of these once. I was really impressed, and I said I have to take some of these home. So that's what I took home, and along with this shirt. If you've noticed at all, I don't like to wear clothes like this too often. For one reason or another, you may have seen the video, you may not have seen the video, but all my videos are going to be dressed a little bit more properly or smartly for you guys. But when I'm representing somebody, I don't mind dressing like this. I do like this shirt. I do like this shirt. All right, let's go ahead and crack this open, and I'll tell you a little bit about it once we crack them both open. I want to let them breathe a little bit before I actually start drinking. So John J. Bowman has a background, Isaac Bowman was a nephew of A. Smith Bowman, if I'm saying that right, and that's Abraham Bowman. And he's the one who started it all, A. Smith Bowman. And he spent time in Kentucky. And I think that's where, if I'm not mistaken, that's where he started the journey of distilling. They had a farm, and because they were doing so well with the farm, they had, of course, you have some extra crops. So they started distilling. Oh man, I didn't drink anything yet, so guys, I don't know why I'm having dropsies. All right. So what I'm going to start with is the Isaac Bowman. Then I'm gonna sample or taste the John J. Bowman. If you're not familiar with Bowman, I think you need to jump on it as soon as you can because of their connection to Buffalo Trace. All right, so one of the big things that jumped out at me when I had it, if I remember correctly, the number one thing is the red fruit, the cherry. That cherry really jumps out with this bourbon. And then, of course, the good mark of any distilled aged spirit, how smooth it was for the level of ABV. This is an ABV of 46, I believe. Yeah, 46% alcohol. And when you have an ABV like that, that usually means you have something special. I'm shaking this too much. All right, let's go ahead and get the scent. Definitely, oh my goodness, the red fruit is very dominant. Now, some people may not like this if you you may associate associate this red cherry to cough medicine. It does have that NyQuil cherry hint to it too. But it's real dominant. Very nice scent. All your usual bourbon notes of scent coming through. Nothing else jumps out to me but that cherry just stands out more than anything else. Yeah, this I can taste how fresh this bottle is. This bottle needs some air to really open up. And I'll try my best to get it to that point. So what I'm getting, again, that medicinal cherry flavor is coming through. Some people may not like it because of how this is probably more cherry than any other thing that I've had recently. And drinking so many different distilled aged spirits, you may lose track of what flavors you are experiencing if you just have so many. If you've gone through, I've probably gone through a couple hundred in time, and so I don't do videos of every single thing I've tasted. Some things aren't that good. This is definitely high quality distilled aged spirit, and what makes it that is the fact that these things are pronounced. Nothing is off-putting, no bitterness. It's just defined bourbon. Now I'm getting the wood. And see how this works, guys, if you ever decide you want to do this, or you want to watch a video at the same time where you or other YouTubers are doing that video, and you say, well, I taste this and I taste that, I don't taste this. You may taste things after certain sips. You may not taste things right away. And believe me, a lot of times when I turn the camera off, I walk away, or I close down shop, I have those lingering effects, and I taste all the things that I wish I would have said something about it when the video was going on. But that's the way it works. But that is definitely a sign of a really, really good distilled aged spirit, when you have those flavors, those layered flavors that come on later on. Now, I was saying jam. I don't know if I would call it jam. Spicy notes, sure, absolutely. I'm not sure about this mash bill, but this is definitely not a weeder. This is definitely not a weeder. I can definitely taste the spice from the rye. If you're familiar with me, I'm not a big rye person. Up to this point, I only have one rye that I actually like. So that's saying a lot. But I like that hint of rye. I just don't like that rye being the main ingredient usually. It's very enjoyable, very enjoyable. Then you have the port barrel coming in there, giving it that cherry. It's nice, it's nice. So what score would I give this? I would give this maybe a 3.6. 3.6 on a scale of a grade. If 3.6, if you're not familiar with what I'm getting at, this would be a B+. This is a B+. Very nice. Now, if you consider how much it costs compared to other bourbons, this is a killer price point. Under $50, you're gonna have a really good sipping bourbon. Under $50. It varies from place to place, and I'll talk about that with the John J. Bowman. But most of the time, you can find this Isaac Bowman. And so let's go ahead and segue to the John J. Bowman. I've never seen a John J. Bowman on a shelf in any liquor store. I saw this, I was able to pick it up at the distillery, and I'm pretty sure I know a lot of places around me don't have this. So it may be very limited. And as I talked about earlier, this may be, and other people have done it, an alternative to Blanton's. And I know once that word gets out, it's gonna go nuts. We go nuts for anything associated with Buffalo Trace. And like I said earlier, this is associated with Buffalo Trace and, and this is associated with Buffalo Trace and Sazerac. Now, I was really, really impressed with this. I've had other bourbons, and that's probably why you can't find it. I've had other bourbons that cost more than this. This was under $100, and I believe it was $60, $60-something at the distillery itself. And I was very impressed with the flavor profile, the boldness, yet nothing was offensive. Let's go ahead and get this scent going on. Now I'm getting a bit of a minty, or that maybe mint rye scent coming through more than anything else. That's in the front end. Definitely sweet, sugary scent coming through too. Definitely that brown sugar. That's what I'm getting. Oh man, this smells really good. All right, let's give it a try. Well, the first thing you're gonna notice, or maybe first or second thing you're gonna notice, is hot. It is definitely hot. However, being at a higher ABV than the Isaac Bowman, I believe this is 50%. 50%, yeah, it should be hot. Now, guys, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm having a very difficult time explaining to you what flavors are coming out, because this tastes like bourbon. Just tastes like bourbon. What, again, like I explained before, when you have a good bourbon, it doesn't have some crazy flavor that tastes like no other. It's just a defined, strong, but not offensive profile. So yes, corn, sweetness, brown sugar, that rye is coming through, that spiciness of the rye is coming through, so it's like a cinnamon in there. It's nothing that I haven't had before in other bourbons. However, it's just so well defined, and a lot of times, again, sometimes when you have a good bourbon, a bad bourbon or a weak bourbon, the bourbon's not as good as this, it's a little bit watered down, or you have some offensive medicinal qualities to it. It tastes like cough medicine in absolutely the wrong way, and I'm not talking about the Isaac Bowman. I mean, it has a funky bitterness to it that is bad. So this is on the opposite side of that scale. This just tastes like awesome bourbon. And as I said before, the rye is pronounced in the nose, in the scent, but it's not overbearing in the flavor profile. It's there, it's definitely there. And if it was any more, I wouldn't like it as much. Would not like it as much. So moving forward, oh wait, let me give you a score. So this score I would give it a 3.6 also, as sort of a different product. If you judge it on a different product. Now you may want to give it a higher score. You can give it all the way a perfect 4, a 4 out of 4. If something's really good, I would give it a 5. Nothing's going to get really a 5. Not right now, not in this level. 5s are for some, $1,000 level. That's what a 5 would get. However, you could give it a higher score if you like this style, this flavor profile for the price. What you're getting something really, really fantastic. It's a fantastic buy. It's worth every penny. This is not my favorite style of bourbon. My favorite style has been finished multiple times. My favorite bourbon is Joseph A. Magnus. That's my favorite. Let me give it another sip here. Now I will tell you that the Isaac Bowman, the wood is a little bit more pronounced. The wood's starting to come through also. But sometimes it's suggestive too. The wood's coming through, and a little bit of vanilla is coming through. I didn't get any vanilla with the Isaac Bowman. Now guys, about even. I'm gonna add some water to this. This is what I wasn't able to do at the distillery. I'm gonna add just a couple of drops of water. Let's see how that goes. Just a couple drops. Just to let this open up a little bit. We'll go back to the Isaac Bowman. Now I'm picking up, wow, that was weird. Caramel or coffee coffee and caramel. Was not wow, that's how it works with this stuff, guys. That's how it works. That is nuts. That is crazy. That smell that I was getting, that it actually, that caramel is now very, it's in there. Wow, that is crazy. I had to change the score. Guys, add water to this. Just a couple drops. Just a couple drops. It will, oh my God, that's amazing. Now, everybody has their own profile, but just to give you an example, caramel has come up in that red cherry medicinal is almost actually gone out of it. It's on the back end. Oh, wow. Wow, that was nice. Just a couple drops now. Probably what I added was around 1/8 of a teaspoon. Now I'm getting excited. I don't know if that same thing's gonna happen with the John J. Bowman. No, absolutely not. No, it's actually, I would suggest if you add any water to it, add less than I added. That actually didn't help it. That actually was not good. I don't like it now. That's how this stuff works. That is exactly how this stuff works. I would always tell people with something with an ABV of 50%. You want to add water. If you're going to add water to this, add way less than you add with the Isaac Bowman. But let me try that again. That's weird. That's me. It just works out this way, guys. Yeah, I wouldn't even purchase it if I were to have it taste like this at the distillery. I like this better, that John J. Bowman, better than the Isaac Bowman when I first had it at the distillery. Adding water, the Isaac Bowman is better. I would just say be very, very, very careful how much water you add. It doesn't enhance. It brings out a medicinal bitterness that's amazing how those two reacted towards water. Maybe I added a little bit too much, but that was a small amount of water, especially for how high the ABV is. Well, guys, that's it. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope I helped you with your distilled aged spirits choices. I've had a good time, and please, if you're in the area of Northern Virginia, go down to A. Smith Bowman and take a tour. I do recommend both of these. I don't recommend, as you can tell, the amount of water, but I do like the purchase. I am happy with the purchase. And I'm Charles Walhingford, the John J. Bowman, the Isaac Bowman, how I would spend my money.